public forum here, then please feel free to call me up and ask me those questions because ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आपको ये पूरा concept समझ में आए और जो भी आपकी queries है in regard to this particular session, in regards to this particular topic, वो clear out हो. And after every 2 to 3 slides, I'll open up the forum for questioning. So please feel free to ask me anything that you want to in regards to this particular law. Okay. To start off with, I'll give you a brief of the law. कि law आया कैसे? So this law came around in 2013, and this was basically a peculiar law because 2013 से पहले ऐसा कोई law इस country में था ही नहीं. इससे पहले एक केस हुआ विशाखा वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ राजस्थान. सो आई डोंट नो आप में से कितने लोगों को उसके बारे में पता होगा, बट ये केस ऐसे आया बिकॉज एन आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर was raped during her employment, during the course of her employment, and she was named Bhanwari Devi. So once this case reached the Supreme Court felt that there was a need to account for this sort of law, because sexual harassment or rape laws already थे country में, in the IPC. लेकिन sexual harassment at workplace law था ही नहीं इस country में. So Supreme Court came out with the Vishakha guidelines and उन्होंने एक timeline लगा दी government पे to come out with the law that solely dealt with sexual harassment at workplace. So this law came out in 2013, and from 2013 onwards, the government started asking for its compliance. और उसके बाद government ने काफी चीजें की हैं, which I'll take you through to this session. Okay, to start off with, the main objective of this session is to firstly understand what is sexual harassment, what it is and who is affected and who is covered under the law. What are the different forms of sexual harassment? And then we need to understand why this matters, what is the purpose of this entire training. And you should also know as managers कि अगर आपके पास कोई case आता है या someone comes in with a complaint, then how you should be able to deal with it. Okay, moving on. So what exactly is sexual harassment? See, sexual harassment at workplace particularly is any unwelcome act of a sexual nature. Okay, so this is very necessary that it should be of a sexual nature to be covered under this particular law. So sexual harassment act could be, physical advances, physical contact. It could be a demand or a request for sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, किसी की reputation या character पे आपने जो कुछ sexual comment दे दिया, किसी को आप sexually explicit images दिखा रहे हो like pornography, okay, any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of a sexual nature. या फिर आप एक intimidating environment create कर रहे हो जिससे कुछ sexual connotation निकल के आ रही है, या आप किसी को humiliate कर रहे हो in a sexual manner. For example, you could probably comment on someone's appearance in a way that could be perceived to be sexual. जैसे is a simple comment saying कि आज तुम ठाई लग रही हो या आज तुम sexy लग रही हो या तुम आज अच्छी लग रही हो could be construed as a comment under this particular law. So I will take you through, मतलब मैं थोड़ा expand करूँगी इस पे in the next coming slides. Okay. So first of all, to understand this particular law, we need to understand कि एक workplace क्या है और एक employee की definition में क्या covered होता है. तो आपका workplace सिर्फ आपका work environment नहीं है, सिर्फ आपका office नहीं है जिसमें आप बैठ रहे हैं, but ये जो particular act है, ये workplace की definition बहुत level तक expand कर देती है. So a workplace in this act just doesn't mean the चार दीवारी जिसके आप अंदर बैठे हुए हो. It could also mean places that you're going as a course of your work. For example, अगर आप किसी client के workplace पे जा रहे हो as a part of your employment, that is also the workplace under this act. Okay. It could also mean that if you're going to a training session, कोई outing पे जा रहे हैं आप as a part or during the course of your employment with your co-employees, it will be included as a workplace. Some office specified or office nominated or office hosted parties that would also be covered as a workplace under this act. Okay. Workplace would also be any mode of transport provided by the company. जैसे company की कोई cab provide हो रही है, कोई bus या transportation provide हो रही है to ferry the workers to and from the workplace. that would also mean a workplace. A workplace could also be a dwelling house, but of course, a person should be employed in that dwelling house. Now, pandemic time mein, what has happened is we were all working from our homes, right? So now, since the definition of a workplace under this act is so wide, sometimes, and a lot of companies have done this, they've updated the definition of workplace to include remote working scenarios as well. And I'll talk about sexual harassment in the workplace in a work from home scenario towards the end of this slide. Okay. So I hope everyone's clear on what a workplace is, because see, you will also be telling your subordinates and juniors this. So if you have any questions relating to what is the scope of a workplace under this act, please let me know. I'll give you some time. Does anyone have any questions? Should I just
No
continue?
question.
Okay,
No
great.
question.
Okay, great. I'll continue. Okay. So now there are two things. Act किसको applicable है और हमारी policy किसको applicable है. Act में an aggrieved person, which means the victim, जिसके साथ कोई sexual harassment का incident हुआ है, that can only be a woman employee. Okay. Act, unfortunately, at this stage does not cover a male, and I believe it should, but it doesn't, mostly because of how this law was created. Now, what is an employee? Employee could be anyone. Employee could be your co-worker who's on the payroll of Holisol. Employee could be a contract worker. Employee could be any training जो आपने for a short term duration रखा हुआ है. Any apprentice, any probationary worker, employee or a victim or an aggrieved person under this particular act could also be someone who is visiting your premises. तो आपके warehouse में कोई आ रहा है either from the client side or from the vendor side. He could also or she could also be an aggrieved person under this particular act. Okay. So now our policy. Now our policy, of course, has to be limited and covers all the foundations of the act. And we, in our particular policy, our policy applies to all co-workers of Holisol, all contract workers of Holisol, all trainees or probationers, anyone who is working within the offices or within the premises of Holisol. Okay. Now, like I was telling you, who could be an aggrieved or a complainant? So aggrieved is basically a person who is जिसके साथ कुछ हादसा हुआ है या जिसके साथ कुछ गलत हुआ है under this particular act. So aggrieved can only be a woman, like I said, in relation to a workplace, and a woman of any age, whether she is young, old, or middle-aged, okay, who is directly or indirectly employed. So she could be someone, like I said, she could be someone who has just visited the offices. She could be someone who is on the payroll of some third party. She could be someone who is on the payroll of Holisol. She could even be a domestic worker working at the premises. So the aspect of who all is an employee and who can be an aggrieved woman under this particular act is very wide. So, like I said, anybody who is visiting the premises, who's working at the premises, any woman, any particular woman could come under the scope of this act. So when you hold your trainings, make sure you cover everyone who is at the premises at that time. Okay. Now, who could file a complaint? So complaint, it's not necessary for the aggrieved woman जिसके साथ incident हुआ है or the victim to file a complaint. So the complaint can be filed by herself, of course, but it can also be filed by a legal aid or any other person on behalf of the aggrieved woman, only when she herself is not in a capacity to make that particular complaint. So this means, because this is all very relevant for you, because once you get knowledge of it, sometimes it could be a situation जहाँ आपको directly वो victim या फिर aggrieved person से ये information नहीं आ रही है. Sometimes it could be उसकी कोई friend है या कोई वेल विशर है जो आपको आके ये चीज बता रहा है कि उनके साथ हुआ है. So what do you do in that particular situation? You, with the consent of the aggrieved person, you approach her and you guide her on the process. But you have to know that a well-wisher cannot make a complaint on behalf of the aggrieved woman if she is in a physical or a mental capacity to make the complaint herself. So then the complaint has to come from her. There is no other choice, and that is what is explicitly written in the law. Okay. Anybody who has any questions in relation to who can be an aggrieved or who can be a complainant?
Let's make it interactive, guys. अगर आपका कोई सवाल है पूछे, क्योंकि जितनी क्लैरिटी आपको बिल्टअप होगी तो उतना अच्छे से आप इस चीज को एग्जीक्यूट और इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाएंगे. I think let's move forward, Krishna. I think the clarity is clear.
Okay. So next is types and forms of sexual harassment. Under the Act, दो major types की बात की गई है. एक तो quid pro quo है और second is a hostile environment. So I'll take up quid pro quo first. Okay. Quid pro quo basically कुछ नहीं है. It just means tit for tat. It means something for something. आप अगर मेरे लिए ये करके दोगे तो मैं आपको प्रमोट कर दूंगा. ये ऑपोजिट में भी चलेगा. आप मेरे लिए अगर ये नहीं करोगे तो मैं आपको डिमोट कर दूंगा. एंड आई विल मेक श्योर कि आपका जो वर्क एनवायरनमेंट हो वो सही नहीं हो. हम सबने मूवीज तो देखी होंगी और ये ऐसे सिनेरियोस मूवीज में देखे होंगे. आई थिंक ऐतराज करके कोई मूवी थी जिसमें ये पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो था, जहाँ एक फीमेल सब सीनियर मैनेजर थी जिसने अपने जूनियर को ये चीज बोली थी कि अगर आप मेरे साथ कहीं बाहर घूमने नहीं जाओगे तो मैं आपको डिमोट कर दूंगी. सो दिस इज व्हाट क्विड प्रो क्वो मीन्स. बेसिकली कोई पर्सन जो एक अथॉरिटी फिगर में है, कोई एक सुपरवाइजरी कैपेसिटी में है और अपने जूनियर को बोल रहा है कि आप मेरे साथ बाहर घूमने चलो या आप मेरे साथ आप मुझे कोई सेक्सुअल फेवर्स दो और अगर आप नहीं दोगे तो मैं आपको डिमोट कर दूंगा या मैं आपके वर्क एनवायरनमेंट को थोड़ा हॉस्टाइल बना दूंगा या फिर मैं इंश्योर करूंगा कि आप आगे जा नहीं पाओ या फिर मैं इंश्योर करूंगा कि आप टर्मिनेट हो जाओ. ये एक सिनेरियो है. सो इज एवरीवन क्लियर ऑन द मीनिंग ऑफ क्विड प्रो क्वो? किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है इस रिगार्ड्स में?
Guys, say yes.
See, if people
No,
don't
ma'am,
ask
no, ma'am.
questions, I'll start picking up people.
बेटर है आप लोग
I'll
प्लीज.
start asking how to
No,
understand.
ma'am, you can continue.
कंटिन्यू करो मैडम.
Okay. Okay. So next type of sexual harassment that I'm going to tell you is visual. Visual sexual harassment could be anything. और यहाँ पे work from home scenario आता है. Remote working scenario बहुत relevant है इस particular sexual harassment type के लिए. Visual could be anything. आप एक बहुत ही गंदी पिक्चर्स दिखा रहे हो. इंटरनेट एक्सेस अनफॉर्चुनेटली आजकल सबके पास है और बिकॉज इट्स कंडेंस्ड इन मोबाइल फॉर्मेट तो आजकल पोर्नोग्राफिक हैज बिकम वेरी कॉमन प्लेस. वो सोशल मीडिया पे भी बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल है. So showing those kind of pictures or opening up those kind of pictures in the workplace. It could also be in a remote working scenario. आपने अपनी Zoom calls कर रहे हो, not in a formal setting. You're making the other person uncomfortable. या एक Zoom call पे या Google Meet call पे you're insisting on the other person to show themselves, okay, in unreasonable positions. So this could be a visual form of sexual harassment. It could also be आप किसी की pictures ले रहे हो, आप उनको उन pictures पे tag कर रहे हो, tags पे कुछ गलत लिख रहे हो, okay? Thirdly is verbal or written form of sexual harassment. Now, verbal or written form of sexual harassment, I think we all must be aware of it, is passing comments, right? Having sexual nature, जैसे मैंने बोला कि आप आज बहुत सेक्सी लग रहे हो, आप आज बहुत हॉट लग रहे हो, ऐसी sort of comments. And because हमारी language ही वैसी हो गई है और एक cordial environment होता है, and you know a lot of people who may be working under you might be very young, so this is the sort of language that they see around them, and sometimes they tend to reciprocate and reproduce it. So you need to be mindful of it, and if you see such circumstances occurring within your premises, you need to put a stop to it. Because at the end of the day, sexual harassment जब हम पॉश के केसेस देखते हैं तो हमारा सिर्फ एक थंब रूल होता है. हमें ये चीज नहीं देखनी कि क्या आपने बोला, पर उससे दूसरे पर्सन पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आया आपको वो देखना है. जैसे मैं एक नॉर्मल ऑफ हैंड कमेंट किसी को बोल सकती हूँ कि आज तुम्हारी फिगर बहुत अच्छी लग रही है इस ड्रेस में, या आज इस कुर्ती में आपकी फिगर बहुत अच्छी लग रही है। हो सकता है कि दूसरा पर्सन इज नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ कमेंट, सो यू हैव टू थिंक ऑफ इट इन मैनर, हो सकता है जो जिस पर्सन जिसने ये कमेंट किया है, ही डिडंट मीन इट इन अ सेक्सुअली हरासिंग वे, या फिर कोई भी एक सेक्सुअल मैनर में नहीं होगा। हो सकता है कि उनकी दोस्ती इतनी अच्छी है दैट ही फेल्ट कि ही कुड मेक दैट कमेंट, बट इट solely depends on how the other person feels. Okay, so this is why it could be a case of sexual harassment. So written forms of sexual harassment, because see, everyone has WhatsApp, everyone has internal WhatsApp office groups also. So it could be आप कुछ suggestive emoticon भेज रहे हो या just भेज रहे हो, या कुछ ऐसे suggestive meme भेज रहे हो एक दूसरे को, या you know on in a verbal or a written manner you're continuously asking them कि, or a particular person is asking the other person कि आप मेरे साथ बाहर चलो घूमने, मना करने के बाद भी आप बार बार समझ रहे हो या बार बार पूछ रहे हो, इट कुड बी अ वर्बल और अ रिटन फॉर्म ऑफ सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट. नाउ व्हाट इज नॉन वर्बल? नॉन वर्बल इज सिंपली योर एक्शंस. आप इस मैनर में बैठ रहे हो कि आपका जेनिटेलिया डिस्प्ले हो रहा है, यू सजेस्टिवली पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स इट. इनफैक्ट मेरे पास एक केस आया था नॉन वर्बल सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट का, व्हिच वाज सिंपली कि एक लेडी ने बहुत बार मना किया था एक मेल को एम्प्लॉय को कि प्लीज डोंट टच मी और प्लीज डोंट put your hand over my shoulder, but he used to continue to keep doing that. So that was also a case of sexual harassment because that was done with a sexual intent. So that is non-verbal and that is also a physical form of sexual harassment. Now, what is a hostile environment? So, hostile environment is basically an unsuitable, offensive, or abusive work environment for your co-workers, right? It could be something like आप rumors फैला रहे हो एक particular person की private life के ऊपर, या फिर एक difficult environment create कर रहे हो जिसमें they cannot successfully perform their duties or functions. So, does anyone have any queries regarding all these types of sexual harassment? I'll go through the PPTs once again if you want. Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Because see, sir, after this PPT, I am going to pick and choose people, and I am going to ask you what particular form of sexual harassment is, or what does it mean when it's a visual form of sexual harassment. So, if you have any queries or if you have any confusions about it, I would request you to put it forth. Okay, then Kiran ma'am, I think we should move on.
Yes, yes.
Okay, like I was saying that your intention is immaterial. You could have simply said it, जो आप normal parlance में हम बोलते ही हैं. I mean, obviously अपने co-workers को भी हम बोलते ही हैं. If you're looking nice, we tell them that you're looking nice. But your intent is immaterial. हो सकता है आपकी pure intentions हो, लेकिन you have to consider of how the other person feels. And I'm not saying that each case is a case of sexual harassment, but it's not necessary that each case a simple comment may not also be a case of sexual harassment, but it may also be a case of sexual harassment. Because see, you have to see the impact of your behavior on the other person. Of course, if you pass a comment and the other person is uncomfortable and you continue to pass those comments, then you have to note that it may be uncomfortable for the other person to get such comments. And if you can see that, please ask your employees or please ask your co-employees to particularly stop, because it's unwanted. Once an action becomes unwanted, it comes under the scope of sexual harassment. So I hope we all understood that what is the difference between intention and the impact. Any questions? Any cases that you may have seen here or anywhere else or read in the news जिसके बारे में आपका कुछ query थी या question था? Okay, then I think we should move on.
करिश्मा,
Yes.
लॉट में टाइम अर्लियर जब हम लोग ने सेशंस करे हैं तो कंसर्न ये आते थे कि एक स्केप्टिसिज्म क्रिएट हो जाता था बिकॉज दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हिच इज कंसीडर्ड एज सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट. ठीक है ना? but simultaneously it can become sometimes a bottleneck in creating a cordial relationship as a co-worker. You get the point? Some people thinking यार मैं कुछ भी कहूंगा तो उसको गलत कंसिडर कर दिया जाएगा, चाहे मेरी इंटेंशन नहीं है. There's a possibility कि पॉश के हिसाब से ऐसा होता है. तो वैसी वाली चीज जो है हमारे जो मेल को-वर्कर है वो कैसे हैंडल करे ताकि वर्क प्लेस में इवन एज अ मैनेजर और एज अ को-वर्कर they are able to have a cordial relationship, because ऑफिस में हम आते हैं 8-9 घंटे काम करेंगे, तो एक cordial relationship होना जरूरी है for a healthy output, for a healthy productivity, है ना? तो ये जो skepticism है, ये जो कई बार consciousness आ जाती है इस चीज को लेकर के, यार ये तो सब पॉश में ही कंसिडर कर लेंगे, तो ये चीज कैसे, मतलब like how do they handle it?
Okay, so firstly, do not use any vague language. अगर आपका इंटेंट इज टू मेक अ प्योर एंड सिंपल कमेंट, तो आई एम वेरी श्योर कि इंटेंट वही आएगा इन योर पर्टिकुलर टोन, इन योर पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज. आपको किसी को इफ यू वांट टू पास अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट, but don't use any language that could be construed otherwise. Secondly, if you are passing a compliment to someone, or if you are having a cordial relationship with someone, I'm sure आपने वो level of relationship established कर दिया होगा where such comments would be not only acknowledged, accepted, and would be welcome. And of course, if you feel that the other person is uncomfortable with a particular comment or compliment that you're making, then stop. Don't make it. Ask them for the consent to make that compliments. And you can create that level of cordial relationship. See, that is why the internal committee is here in the office. We are here to constitute whether or not a particular compliment or an act is sexual harassment or not. Let us decide. That is what I would suggest. Of course, Kiran ma'am, if you have anything to add to this, I would.
Yeah, I think asking, especially when you don't have a established relationship, the person is new to you, you just want to compliment the person in any given way, for the work also, for the, you know, like person appearance also, but ask the permission basically, not for the work of course, but personal jo bhi associated, ask the permission, so that, or you can add that I hope you don't mind but you're looking nice, something like that. तो उससे क्या होगा कि हाँ आपका जो इंटेंट है वो क्लियरली कम्युनिकेट हो रहा है सामने वाले को.
Be firm in your language. आप कोई वेग लैंग्वेज मत यूज कीजिए जिससे डबल मीनिंग कुछ निकल पाए, या डबल मीनिंग लैंग्वेज मत यूज कीजिए. Be firm, like ma'am said.
Yes ma'am, one query is there, sorry, I interrupt you ma'am. Actually the thing is that when someone are sitting in a group and she is comfortable to one person, but someone has told ask यार ये please यार ये कर दे, तो मीन्स उसने एक मीन्स फ्रैंकली लैंग्वेज में यूज किया यार ये कर दे, बट शी वाज नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद देम, तो ये भी फिर उसी केस में आ जाएगा मैम, बिकॉज उसने तो एक यू नो उसने तो एक उस जो एक ग्रुप का बिहेव था, मीन्स उस जो अगर मैं बात करूं उस एनवायरनमेंट को उसने मतलब एक अलग तरह से ट्रीट करने की कोशिश की कि सब एक तरह से इसमें इन्वॉल्व हों, बट सपोज करो उसमें 2-3 फीमेल मेंबर हैं, शी वाज नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दैट सिर्फ सिंगल गाइज, पर्टिकुलर गाइज जिसने वो कमेंट मारा है कि यार प्लीज ये मत करो, ठीक है. तो ये भी मैम अगर सपोज करो 10-12 लोग बैठे हुए हैं एक ग्रुप में, तो उसका तो इंटेंशनली ये है कि इस ग्रुप को एक बिहेवियर और एक फ्रैंकली बनाया जाए जिससे कि हमारा प्रोडक्टिविटी ज्यादा से ज्यादा हो, बट उसको क्या लगा कि नहीं ये बंदा मेरे को कमेंट मार रहा है, तो इसमें इस वाली सिचुएशन में हाउ कैन बी हैंडल दैट थिंग्स कि जैसे अभी मैम ने कहा था कि अगर हम इस टाइप के कोई इन्वायरमेंट आता है देन हाउ कैन बी हैंडल मैम.
Okay, so Rajpal ji, thank you for your question. I appreciate you asking the same. Firstly, जो आपने जैसे कमेंट बताया, it's not of a sexual nature, तो इस particular act के अंदर आएगा नहीं. However, मतलब हम overall अगर इसको देखें, तो if she is uncomfortable, see, you can ask both the parties to sit down, okay, together, and if an apology is required, तो दे दीजिए. If she is not comfortable, she can say, and this behavior cannot be repeated. You can simply say that, but this will not be sexual harassment because यहाँ पे कोई sexual overtone या undertone नहीं. It's a harmless comment. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
करिश्मा, ऐसी मीटिंग्स जहाँ पे the female co-worker is not very comfortable with the male co-worker, to have the meeting, we can have the third party also involved, a third person also involved, who is neutral in nature, correct? To हाँ,
Definitely. I mean, in the sense कि of course, see, at any given instance, जब भी आपको एक compliment, जब भी आपको कोई level of complaint आए, if any woman is coming to you or if any employee is coming to you with this particular complaint, you have to approach the IC. In any case, let the IC determine whether or not this is a comment or a compliment of a sexual nature or not. I would suggest that you not try to, resolve it internally, but bring it to the IC. I'll give you the names of the IC members. I can give you the email ID. Let us determine what the procedure is that needs to be followed.
That's a good idea. जहाँ पे थोड़ा भी discomfort है between a male and female co-worker, if this needs an engagement from the third party, bring out the member of the ICC team so that interest of the both party are protected.
Right. Us sitting here or people sitting in the IC team is not to, not to pinpoint on a man or a woman. It's simply to ensure that the bounds of the policy and the law and the safe working environment and the very basic tenet of Holocaust principles, which is respect for the individual, that is upheld. That is all.
मैम एक वो है, एक फनी टाइप का है. आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग कि जैसे एक एड आता है, आई थिंक एवरीवन हैज सीन दैट एड, जो एक क्या कहता है फ्रेग्रेंस का. दे आर सिटिंग इन अ चैम्बर एंड वन फीमेल गर्ल्स इज प्रेजेंटिंग समथिंग and he is accepting or he is searching that who particular is the impressed or having some fragrance. तो उसमें जब वो करता है तो वो मीन्स वो तो चलो ठीक है, वो जब प्रेजेंटेशन दे रही होती है तो दैट्स वाई कि उसका सारा सब लोगों को दिख जाता है कि ही जस्ट सेंड अ फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट एंड समवन हैज एक्सेप्टेड दैट थिंग्स एंड समवन इज आस्क्ड आल्सो कि यार शी वाज मींस फ्लर्ट विद हिम. ठीक है. तो अब अगर मैं इस बात में करूं, इफ इट बात नॉट डिस्क्लोज मींस अगर वो डिस्क्लोज ना हो, एक तो हमारे उस सोसाइटी को और उस सोशल मीडिया को कि ये फ्रेग्रेंस का ऐड है, बट अगर वो इंटरनली या मींस बेस पे अगर वो फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजती है और शी वाज रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्टेड इन एज अ फ्रेंड, लाइक ओनली फ्रेंड, बट अगर उसके मन में कुछ और चल रहा होता है तो इन दैट केस, अब ये तो सबको पता हो गया कि हाँ इसने फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजी थी, राइट है, वो तो एक डिस्क्लोज हो गया. बट अगर वो यही चीज इंटरनली करती, दैट इज कम इन हरासमेंट और इट्स जस्ट इंटेंशनल. मैम
सी, जो आप केस बता रहे हैं ना, ये ग्रे एरिया है. कहीं पे भी इसमें एक स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं ड्रॉ हो रही जिसमें आप इस सिचुएशन को इस साइड डाल सकते हैं, उस साइड डाल सकते हैं. ये ग्रे एरिया है. कहीं पे एक फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजना इज नॉट सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट. मतलब अदर पर्सन ऑब्वियसली हैज द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू से यस और नो टू इट, राइट? It could also be a situation, absolutely. मतलब sending a friend request is not and will never
Ma'am,
be.
but they know very well. But अगर वो ग्रुप में है तो someone is take this type of concept कि नहीं यार इसने इसको भेजा है तो इनमें दोनों में आपस में कुछ है, उन दोनों में ठीक है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ.
Now the person saying all this, person actually making a hostile work environment for both the entities. Now that comes under rumors. अंडर द सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट लॉ. उसमें भी हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या उसमें कुछ सेक्सुअली डिटरमाइंड बिहेवियर था या एक अटेम्प्ट था टू कमेंट ऑन द प्राइवेट लाइव्स ऑफ द टू इंडिविजुअल्स, एंड देन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दोस फैक्ट्स द आईसी विल डिटरमाइन whether or not it was sexual harassment. This is not a clear cut case where I can tell you that yes or no, but simply that we will have to investigate further. Definitely sending a friend request, not sexual harassment. Repeatedly sending friend requests when the other person is not comfortable with you may be sexual harassment. Thirdly, the point raising rumors or pointing out or putting comments about someone's personal life could be sexual harassment, but then we need to investigate further.
Okay, ma'am.
क्योंकि ये बहुत कॉमन हो गया है सोशल,
ये बहुत कॉमन होता है आजकल सोशल मीडिया पर ना बेसिकली.
हाँ, लेकिन आप कह रहे हो ना कि कोई ऑब्जर्व स्क्रीन पे सामने आ गया कि भाई इसने इसको फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजी कि जरूर कुछ गड़बड़ है टाइप्स, जनरली ऐसे परसीव किया जाता है. तो वो जो कमेंट है वो एक हॉस्टाइल एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करता है, वो कमेंट ठीक नहीं है ना. तो वो आप किसी की पर्सनल लाइफ पे कमेंट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज हैपनिंग बिटवीन टू पीपल, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. ठीक है ना.
So
Right,
I'll
ma'am.
give you an example. One of the cases that I faced was so basically एक manager थे और उनकी colleague थी, in fact, not even his subordinate. She had recently gotten married और वो शादी करके आई थी, and she wasn't working very well or she was not able to give the required hours and she'd asked for a leave or something. तो एक comment पास हुआ कि इनका तो honeymoon period ही चल रहा है. Now this was a very big gray area into what he meant and what he didn't mean. At the end of the day, वो case apology से resolve out हो गया. But in this case, that particular IC held that it was sexual harassment. So such kind of comments are not welcome here, and especially if they're unwelcome and particularly. Sorry, does anyone want to ask something because someone's unmuted?
क्विंटल आपको कुछ पूछना है?
नहीं मैम
नहीं, I don't.
Okay.
Double meaning. What I
Yes,
believe you're saying is
exactly.
like double meaning
Double
वाले जो
meaning,
comment होते हैं,
right.
they are not welcome at all. ठीक है,
Right.
आपको जो बात करनी है, अगर वर्क आवर्स नहीं दे रहा एक कोवर्कर, फीमेल कोवर्कर फॉर सर्टेन रीजन, आप देख रहे हैं कि प्रोडक्टिविटी डाउन है, तो आप उसको प्रोफेशनल तरीके से हैंडल करें, वही चीज एड्रेस करें. ये जो कमेंट पासिंग है, इट इज नॉट एट ऑल हेल्दी, बोथ फ्रॉम द पॉश पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, इवन फॉर द इन जनरल ऑल्सो.
Disciplinary point of view.
या तो ये तो चीज ठीक है ही नहीं. जहाँ पे हम लोग रिस्पेक्ट फॉर इंडिविजुअल वैल्यू की बात करते हैं, वो तो वहीं डिफाई हो जाती है. ठीक है ना. तो ये ध्यान रखना है कि हम किस तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं किसी के बारे में, ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और क्या वर्ड्स यूज कर रहे हैं कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए, क्योंकि ये बात सिंपल कम्युनिकेट हो सकती है. अगर मेरा कोवर्कर ढंग से प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं दे रहा है या फिर काम पे नहीं आ रहा है, इरेगुलर है, तो मैं उससे ये एड्रेस करूंगी, भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम है. ठीक है ना. ये आपकी परफॉर्मेंस को इम्पैक्ट करेगा, आपके करियर को इम्पैक्ट करेगा. ये बात करें ना, इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग हनीमून पीरियड, व्हिच कैन बी actually considered as a double meaning language, and it is a
It
double
is, and ma'am, in this case, it was held to be sexual harassment because
Yeah.
these comments were repetitive from the co-workers' side.
So
There was another case, because since we're talking about a lot of males being respondents, there was another case that I saw where females were creating such rumors about their female co-workers, which was also held out to be sexual harassment, and those females were penalized. So it's not just males who can be respondents, it can be females as well. But the aggrieved person can only be a female. Okay.
राजपाल, आपको क्लैरिटी आ गई या कोई और सवाल है इस पे?
No, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
Great. Okay. So what are the effects of sexual harassment? So definitely, एक बार ये incidents हो in a company, then there is a decrease in job satisfaction. Nobody would want to remain in an environment जो इतना hostile है that you are not able to perform your duties effectively. आपका confidence decline हो जाता है. Obviously, work performance में एक drop होगा ही. There'll be absenteeism because that particular person will not feel comfortable into coming into the workplace, and along with her, other co-employees would also not feel comfortable into coming into the workplace. You start withdrawing from your work, there's depression and helplessness, and there is also negativity in the workplace, which goes across, against the very basic tenets that we have here at Hollis. Okay. Now I'll take you through the process. Okay, what to do? I'll take you through the process to understand that what do you do when a co-worker approaches you with a complaint or approaches you by telling you that all this has happened with them. So firstly, under the law, any organization having 10 or more employees has to have an internal complaints committee or the IC. So this particular internal complaint committee has been constituted at Hollisol at 4 levels. I'll just show you the IC committee. Okay, so we have it at a zonal level. So at a corporate office level, we have Sonia ma'am, who is the presiding officer, Kiran ma'am, Rahul sir, Dinesh sir. They're all the members of the IC committee. And we need to have an external member who is legal counsel, Aprajita Amal. She's part of SHLC and she's regularly deals with these cases. At North Zone, we have, of course, Sonia ma'am as the presiding officer again, Kiran ma'am, Manish sir, and Ajay sir, and Aprajita as external counsel. At South, we have Sonia ma'am, Kiran ma'am, Manish sir, Santish sir, and Aprajita again as an external counsel. East and West Zone, we have Sonia ma'am, Kiran ma'am, Manish sir, and Aprajita. So why do we have this IC? IC is a separate committee from all the other disciplinary committees of the company. The Act requires us to have an IC for any organization having more than 10 members at each particular branch. But since this is not feasible, we've done it at a zonal level. Now we've ensured that each manager from a particular zone is included in the IC, like you may have seen, so that persons in that particular or persons that are employed in that particular zone feel comfortable approaching such managers and ensure that any complaints that comes should come through the IC. Secondly, in an IC, at least 50% of the members should be female. So our IC clearly follows that. Thirdly, there should be 2 members in the particular IC who should be aware of what POSH is and what POSH Act deals with and what to do once you receive a complaint. Okay, so I'll go through it quickly. So IC has representation over all the major Holinsol locations, and it has been established solely to address complaints of sexual harassment and not of a disciplinary nature. Okay. Now, what do you do as a manager if someone approaches you with a complaint? Okay, so if you are already in the IC, right, and if someone has approached you, then you inform your other IC members, and of course, we'll do a separate training session for the IC members. But if you're a person who is not in the IC and someone has approached you with knowledge or intimation, please, 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 please approach an IC member, make them aware of the situation and let them take it forward. From your instance, make the other person feel comfortable so that they can trust you enough to tell you that information and then point them in the right direction. Make them aware that we have an established procedure under law for this, who are here to help you, okay, and who are here to figure out what the truth is. Okay, so any complaint, there is a limitation period. किसी भी case के लिए under law, there is a limitation period. For example, for property related matters and tenant related matters, आपका 12 साल का limitation period होता है. इन 12 साल में अगर आपने complaint file कर दी तो ठीक है. इन 12 साल के बाद आपका right चला जाता है. Similarly, IC may be from the date of the last incident, which means कि अगर एक series of incidents हैं from the date of the last incident and not the first one, last incident say you have a 3 months का time period to file a complaint case with the IC. Okay. Now, filing a complaint case doesn't mean कि हर चीज का outlook इतना grim होगा. A complaint could be a simple complaint only. You can give it in any format that you want to. Simply stating कि आपके साथ क्या incident हुआ है with the relevant date of the incident, okay, and with the name of the aggrieved person, the accused, which would be the respondent in this case, and any witnesses that you feel were witness to that particular incident. Okay. Then once we receive the complaint as an IC, we hold a meeting within 5 working days of that particular complaint. In that particular period, we speak to the complainant. We ask them what they're looking for from this entire process. We advise them कि आपके पास क्या-क्या options हैं. At the very start, we always give them the option of a mediation. So this particular mediation is simply where we put both parties across the table in front of us, like Kiran ma'am pointed earlier, being the neutral party. And if they can mutually resolve out the issue, then great. But whether or not they want to resolve out is obviously an option given to the complainant. Complainant ko, if she wants to resolve this out, or if she feels ki she just wants an apology from the other person and the respondent has also agreed to it, then this matter is resolved at the very first instance. However, if the complainant is not okay with just an apology, then we have to proceed ahead with the case. Then whatever complaint the complainant has given to us in writing, we will forward it to the respondent for his remarks on it. So once the respondent receives the complaint, he can give a rejoinder. We will call a hearing with both the parties. The hearing will follow the principles of natural justice and of evidentiary law. We will look at all the evidences presented between the parties. We, in this particular cases, IC forms more of an investigative role. जैसे Similarly, आपका पुलिस का होता है. So we go to places, we figure out from the particular witnesses कि क्या हुआ था. We take their statements. We refer to all the records, chats between the parties. We refer to the CCTV camera footage if necessary. So once we collate all that, we hold hearings with both the parties. This hearing is not a hearing where you can counter question the complainant or you can counter question the respondent. Both parties are not required to do that, and we generally don't recommend it. We recommend that the line of questioning should always come from the IC. Secondly, there is no legal representation required in these particular hearings. In fact, you don't have the right to it. So you cannot hire a lawyer to defend you in front of the IC because this is a very complaint, or this is very employee specific or organization specific process. So at this particular stage, you can have no legal representation. You have to represent yourself and you have to put your case forward. If you feel that you've not done this act, please show proof. If you feel that if there is aggrieved woman feels that this act has taken place, then she will show the proof. On the basis of the proof and the investigation of the particular IC, we determine the IC determines the final report or the final award. Now there is a period for it. So like I said, 3 months for filing a complaint. Once the complaint is received, 90 days for deciding the complaint. So there is a fixed timeline. आप किसी भी वे में इसको exceed कर ही नहीं सकते. So that is why this process is better than any other process, because this is not only a fast and speedy resolution, but because IC is so highly trained, they actually look at it the same way that a court judge would look at it. Any sessions court judge would look at it. They look at it almost in the same manner. So to ensure that किसी person के साथ, let it be a accused, victim or the aggrieved, किसी person के साथ भी कुछ भी गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay. So ICC will conduct their inquiry, right? Once their inquiry is conducted, they'll give the final report to the management of the company to implement it within a period of 60 days. So they have to take the recommendation, because this recommendation of what action has been taken also goes for reporting to the district level committee. There is a district level committee at each district. It's called the local complaints committee. So anyone cannot directly approach the local complaints committee. मतलब आपके लिए relevant नहीं है, but I would just like to tell you because I've seen that a few women have also joined us now. So you cannot directly go to the local complaints committee. You can only go if your organization does not have an IC committee. Okay. So each IC committee has to forward their recommendation to the company and to the local complaints committee. And the local complaints committee basically keeps a check on whether or not this recommendation has actually been followed. Okay. Okay. Does anyone have any questions on how the IC process works, or what to do if you receive a complaint? Anybody?
I request you to summarize it again, maybe in the Hindi, थोड़ा सा, थोड़ा सा एक बार summarize कर दो, because easy हो जाएगा understand करने के लिए.
So first and foremost, आप अगर एक IC member नहीं हो, तो आप क्या करो अगर आपके पास ये information आती है. Information हो सकता है आपको किसी coworker के थ्रू आए या directly complainant के थ्रू आए. अगर आप IC member नहीं हो, you help her and you assist her and you point her in the direction of an IC member. Details मैंने already यहाँ डाल दी है and will be available at each and every location. वहाँ पे एक notice board पे लगा दिया जाएगा. So ask her to file a complaint or to actually speak to an IC member. Once she does that, we will ask her to file a complaint if she wants to, because यहाँ पे हम अपने आप cognizance लेके कुछ नहीं कर सकते. She has to file a complaint. So if she wants to file a complaint, she can do that within the period of 3 months. Once she files a complaint, हम 90 days में उसको resolve करेंगे. At the very beginning of the complaint, we will give her an option. If she wants to resolve it out with the accused. If she does, then great. Both of parties will file an apology and वो वहाँ पे conclude हो जाएगा. If not, then the entire inquiry process will sit. We will act like courts. Okay, we will look at the various evidences. We will hold hearings, and within that 90 days period, we will come out with a final report or an award or a sentence. So that sentencing report or the inquiry report will be forwarded to the management, which will take the recommendation or the final action on it within the 60 days period. Okay, now let's just talk about what the punishments could be. Punishments could be from something simple as a censure, apology बोल दी, एक reprimand कर दिया हमने, एक आपकी जो personal file है वहाँ पे एक note लिख दिया, to something serious जहाँ हमने आपकी we withholded your pay or your increments, okay, and we have paid your increments or your withholding as a compensation to the victim, or we can even terminate you. That's the last level of punishment that we have with us that can be meted out. Okay, anybody having any questions or any queries on this? Okay.
सवाल पूछिए प्लीज, अगर क्लैरिटी होना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ग्राउंड लेवल पे आप लोग ही किसी को इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे, तो अगर कुछ भी डाउट है प्लीज पूछें.
See, I'm sure आप सबने क्वार्टरली ट्रेनिंग्स तो दी होंगी सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट की, तो उस ट्रेनिंग्स में अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आया आपके पास जो आप यहाँ पे हाईलाइट करना चाहेंगे, या बार बार वही सेम क्वेश्चन उठ रहा है जो आप यहाँ पे हाईलाइट करना चाहेंगे? Okay, then I'll take up just a final case of false complaints. So under section 15 of the act, see, false complaints can always be there. हो सकता है कि aggrieved का भी intention pure ना हो, और हो सकता है कि respondent का भी intention pure ना हो. So if there are any false and frivolous complaints, and अगर IC in their final report ये निकलता है कि कोई false या frivolous complaint है, तो जिसने वो false या frivolous complaint की है, they can face the same consequences as an accused would have faced if he was, sentenced to sexual harassment, or if अगर ये निकल के आता कि sexual harassment हुई है, which means कि we can always, जिसने भी false complaint की है, we can, withhold their pay or increments, we can terminate them, we can ask them to apologize, we can give them reprimands. So it's the same punishment. Okay.
This is one question I have, Karishma. See, this is a workplace where male and female both are working. They tend to have this kind of a, friendship also हो जाता है. Build up initially, they build up good friendship, but later on होता क्या है कि कई बार it doesn't work out. ठीक है ना? और वो चीज जो होती है कि उसके बाद कैसा रिलेशनशिप है और क्या होता है, कुछ अगर इस तरह की सिचुएशन होती है. आई रिमेम्बर देयर वाज दिस वन ऑफ द केस आल्सो हैड कम रिगार्डिंग दैट कि इनिशियली दे वर इन अ कॉर्डियल रिलेशन, गुड रिलेशनशिप, बट बाद में वो सार हो जाता है, मतलब उसमें प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, तो वहां पर चीजें ट्विस्ट भी बहुत हो जाती हैं. तो वो वाली सिचुएशन अगर आती है कि वर्क प्लेस में दो कोवर्कर हैं, लाइक वो कैसे सिचुएशंस हैंडल करे कि जब एक कॉर्डियल रिलेशनशिप है तब तो ठीक है, सबके लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन वो रिलेशनशिप जब एक्सट्रीम में पहुंच जाता है, नेगेटिव एक्सट्रीम में पहुंच जाता है, तो ऐसी चीजों को कैसे मैनेज करें फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग?
ओके, फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग, सी आई वुड सजेस्ट वी ऑल कम हियर टू वर्क. इट्स अ प्रोफेशनल एनवायरनमेंट, सो आप जो अपनी डीलिंग है विद योर कोवर्कर्स, प्लीज कीप इट प्रोफेशनल. If you are bringing it into the personal forum, then we as IC members, we consider the space from which, or the place from, or time from which the consent was taken back. So the issue of consent is something, because see, Kiran ma'am, this is not a straight line. Like I said, this is a huge gray area.
Correct.
At the start हो सकता है कि consent was there. At the start, I'm sure कि ये भी situation हो सकती है where both parties were very much involved into each other. But there could always be a situation where consent was taken back. So this is why these cases need to come to IC and not be resolved mutually. This is why we need to investigate. This is why the investigative power has been specifically and statutorily given to the IC to figure out where the consent was taken back. So in such cases, like I said, firstly, this is a professional environment. Do not get into personal relationships in a professional environment, because at the end of the day, you have to work with that person. Okay. Secondly, if you have then you need to respect the other individual. If the other person, whether it may be a man or a woman, if they say no, then you have to respect that particular no. And thirdly, if this case has arisen, then let it go to the IC. Let us determine, because this is a gray area. We will determine it basis the evidence that are presented before us. Okay.
Okay. Another question which I have, Karishma, is that you spoke about proof. Sometimes the conversation which has happened between the two people, it's your word against mine. There's no proof to it. There was no third party, there was no recording, there was no witness to it.
Right.
तो वो वाली चीज को कैसे मैनेज किया जाना चाहिए?
Okay. So, see, in law of evidence, there are various kinds of proof. So what you are talking about is basically he said, she said, which is called hearsay. Hearsay under evidence law has, no weightage. But what the law of POSH is slightly different than the Evidence Act. So यहाँ पे थोड़ा leeway है to the IC committee. So what we look at is the past behavior of the complainant, the past behavior of the victim, the past behavior of the respondent as well. Because generally, जो मैंने from my limited experience, generally जो मैंने ऐसे cases देखे हैं, where there was more of a hearsay, he said, she said thing. So these were incidents that were leading up to it. So these were a series of incidents and not just one incident. And many of them occurred in a situation जहाँ किसी ने witness किया, and many of them also occurred in a situation जहाँ उसी particular workplace में किसी और के साथ भी यही issue आया. So we look at it as a series of incidents and not just a single incident. And sometimes it does happen that the inquiry is inconclusive. So at that stage, basis the statements of both the complainant and the accused, the punishment is of a lesser incidence.
The intensity is lesser compared.
Yes, intensity of the punishment is lesser. Because I mean, it's a rule of thumb, right? I mean, you can't be, unless you're proved guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, you cannot mete out the punishment. So burden of proof lies in most cases on the respondent. So if he is able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he is not responsible, or if there is some inconclusiveness in the nature, then the inquiry by the IC takes that turn.
Yeah. Basically, just against complaint career, so that person needs to prove or has to be that he has not done it.
He has not done it. So the burden of proof keeps shifting in these particular cases, is what I've seen. See, ma'am, at the end of the day, like I said, that IC is not just a court, but also an investigative authority in this. So we try to find out the particular situation from the series of incidents, because in most cases, like I've seen, कि अगर एक person के साथ हुआ है, तो generally वो complaint बाकी co-workers से भी आ रही होती है, whether it's a disciplinary complaint or it's a complaint of sexual harassment. So on the basis of all the proofs or all the conclusions, we make our final inquiry.
किसी का कोई सवाल इसके ऊपर?
Okay, so I think one final thing that I want to take is confidentiality of these cases, because this is something that I have seen a lot. So confidentiality is something which is covered under the law itself. Or I'll tell you clearly, 5,000 rupees per incident ka fine hai under the law. And confidentiality means कि supposing a complainant has made a complaint, right? It could be a scenario जहाँ IC को पता लगने से पहले या IC को पता लगने के बाद कंपनी में ये चीज फैल गई है, ठीक है? Whether against the complainant or the respondent, क्योंकि ये पूरा प्रोसेस कॉन्फिडेंशियल है. और अभी आई थिंक अ वीक पहले ही बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने खुद गाइडलाइंस बना दी हैं पॉश की जजमेंट्स के ऊपर कि who all can sort of publish those judgments. So everyone is taking confidentiality very seriously, because what happens is अगर एक IC केस आता है then people start making rumors, sometimes about the complainant and sometimes about the respondent. इसका character ऐसा है, so it leads to a hostile work environment. So anyone who breaches the confidentiality of the whole process, including it could be the complainant herself, जो अपने co-worker को आके बता रही है कि मेरे साथ ये हुआ है, मैंने कंप्लेंट फाइल की है इनके अगेंस्ट और ये प्रोसेस चल रहा है. Once the process has already begin with the IC, you cannot reveal the details of the hearing to anyone. And even if the complainant herself is doing it, this will be noted by the IC and she will be fined. So I hope the confidentiality aspect is very clear to everyone.
हाँ या ना में जवाब दीजिए प्लीज. अगर आप लोग नहीं बताएंगे तो हमें पता नहीं चलेगा कि ये सारी चीजों की क्लैरिटी आपको मिल रही है या नहीं.
Because see everyone, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आप कभी ये इंसिडेंट्स डील करोगे ही नहीं. आई एम श्योर कि हो सकता है इंसिडेंट सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट के नहीं हो, बट ये आएंगे. इफ यू ऑल सीन एन मी टू, उसके बाद देयर हैज बीन अ barrage of all these complaints. So I mean, everyone should know how to deal with it if they ever encounter such a situation. सबने आई थिंक TVF का नाम तो सुना ही होगा ना. आई मीन TVF, Flipkart, all these companies have faced such complaints. So we can't just sit blindly thinking कि हमारे साथ ऐसा नहीं होगा. We need to be prepared for it.
Another thing is I wanted to highlight, करिश्मा, कि हमने कुछ जैसे केसेस सुने भी है, मतलब लाइक यहाँ पे केसेस आए भी हैं जहाँ पे डिलीवरी से एसोसिएटेड होता है.
राइट.
है ना, जहाँ पे आपने डिलीवरी थर्ड पार्टी को दे रखी है और उसके कवर करने कुछ ऐसा बिहेवियर किया कस्टमर से रिसीविंग एंड पे जब पार्सल डिलीवरी हो रही है या पिकअप पॉइंट पे होता है.
राइट.
हाँ, तो ऐसे भी केसेस आते हैं.
ऐसे भी केसेस आते हैं एंड इनफैक्ट जो ये इनकी फर्स्ट लेवल रिपोर्टिंग होगी ये आईसी को होगी ही नहीं. आई कैन अश्योर यू दैट कि आईसी को बाद में पता चलता है, बट फर्स्ट लेवल रिपोर्टिंग हमेशा उस पर्सन को आती है जो डायरेक्टली क्लाइंट से डील कर रहा है. So you should know what their response should be, what the company's response is on this. And these cases, again, ये थोड़े gray area में हैं, but as per me, मतलब इसमें मेरा more opinion की बात है, तो as per me, these would be covered under sexual harassment at workplace.
हाँ जी अजय, आप कुछ कहना चाहते हो?
हाँ जी मैम, हम लोग मैम जब एट द टाइम ऑफ डिलीवरी होती है और डिलीवरीज बॉयज को जब हायर करते हैं तो वी वेरी मच इंश्योर दैट उनको ये गाइडलाइंस देते हैं कि भाई जब पार्सल डिलीवरी करो तो अगर वो फीमेल हो, ठीक है, अगर फीमेल को तुम कर रहे हो तो तुम्हारी हाथ की कांटेक्ट उनके हाथ से नहीं होना चाहिए, ये तुमको पहला ध्यान रखना है. और तुम्हारी आई कांटेक्ट जो है, ठीक है, वो कहीं उनके बॉडी वगैरह पे नहीं होना चाहिए. तो वी गिव देम सच ट्रेनिंग्स मैम एट द टाइम ऑफ हायरिंग, क्योंकि इवन दैट इज कवर्ड अंडर सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट.
Correct. So that's a very good initiative. जैसे मैंने आपसे जैसे what Ajay sir is pointing out is actually a non-verbal form.
Correct.
Of sexual harassment. So this is a very good way to train your co-workers. ऐसे example देके to train your subordinates कि there should be no touch access, right? Because see all these people, all these clients to whom they are going, right? These are all third parties. You don't encounter them on a daily basis. So this is definitely a good rule of thumb, and we should definitely commend Ajay sir for taking this initiative.
But
bringing this to our attention.
करिश्मा की जो हम ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हैं या फिर हम लोग सेंसिटाइज कर सकते हैं जो हमारे कोवर्कर हैं, ठीक है ना. अब ऐसे थर्ड पार्टी को क्या इंश्योर करे कि वहां पे जो हमारे ट्रेनिंग मैंडेट्स हैं कि हमारी रेगुलर सेशंस होने चाहिए, तो वो थर्ड पार्टी के केस में कैसे मैनेज करेंगे?
ओके, सो डेफिनेटली आई थिंक इस पे मुझे आप सबसे असिस्टेंस चाहिए होगी, बिकॉज हमारी जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हैं और जो अग्रीमेंट्स हैं उसमें बहुत क्लियरली लिखा हुआ है कि आपको इन थर्ड पार्टी पेरोल्स को क्वार्टरली ट्रेनिंग्स करनी है, बट समटाइम्स ऑफ कोर्स ये होता नहीं है. सो एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर कंप्लायंस मैंडेट, स्पेशली फॉर वेंडर्स, जब आप मंथली इनवॉइसिंग रिलीज के लिए जाते हैं, आस्क देम फॉर प्रूफ. एंड समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज, और बहुत कंपनीज ऐसी कर रही हैं, व्हाट दे डू इज दे डू ट्रेनिंग ऑन पेपर. आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट लाके दिखा देंगी, सर्टिफिकेट इजीली मिल जाएगा. So somehow, see, at the end of the day, it's our company's reputation that will get affected. So we need to take the initiative. जैसे अजय सर just told us कि delivery boys को they ensure कि उनकी भी training हो. So we need to take the initiative from ourselves to sensitize them and make them aware. Because abhi at this stage, I have seen in a lot of cases, people are not aware that this is a wrong thing. People are not aware कि ऐसा भी कुछ गलत होता है या ऐसी चीज जो वो एक्ट कर रहे हैं ये गलत है. So we need to make them aware and we need to sensitize them.
हाँ जी अजय, आपके तो मतलब लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी में मेजॉरिटी आपका आउटसोर्सिंग ही होता है, ठीक है ना? लिमिटेड
जी मैम,
खुद के नेटवर्क होते हैं, तो उसमें
जी मैम
बाय करिश्मा, डज इट मेक सेंस टू यू? मतलब
नहीं सही है मैम. हम जो हमारे को पार्टनर्स होते हैं, जैसे डिलीवरीज पार्टनर्स जो होते हैं वेंडर्स को, उनसे जब हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं तो ये सब बात हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं मैम कि भैया डिलीवरी ऐसे ऐसे होना चाहिए, लेट नाइट अगर डिलीवरी हो रही है तो ये टाइम पे होना चाहिए, और इन द मॉर्निंग अगर डिलीवरी हो रही है, ठीक है, अगर हम मॉर्निंग में, कैसे मैम अभी फेस्टिवल सीजन में तो वी ट्राई टू डू इन मॉर्निंग ऑल्सो डिलीवरीज, क्योंकि वो क्लाइंट की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है और हमें फिर वो डिलीवरी भी फुलफिल करनी है और थोड़ी लेट भी चलना है, क्योंकि ये जैसे बीबीडी होता है, जैसे हमारे अभी ये फ्लिपकार्ट वगैरह के सेल चल रहे थे, और जैसे अभी इसके भी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग्स के भी बिजनेस अभी बढ़ जाते हैं मैम आफ्टर अगस्त, जैसे हमारी फेस्टिवल सीजन आती है. तो हम अपने डिलीवरीज पार्टनर्स को भी बोलते हैं कि भैया आप अपने लड़कों को इन्फॉर्म किया करना, अगर सुबह के टाइम पे जाता है वो, तो हो सकता है कि मतलब जो मतलब लेडी बोले वो तो शी मस्ट बी इन मैक्सी वगैरह जो, तो उस टाइम पे जरा ध्यान देवे कि मतलब वो अपनी नजर नीचे रखे एट द टाइम ऑफ डिलीवरी, और फिर बाद में ये मतलब हाथ का कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं होवे और अंदर स्टेप नहीं करे, वो दरवाजे की जो बाउंड्री है उसके अंदर वो जाए नहीं, ठीक है, वो भले पार्सल नीचे रख देवे, साइन वगैरह ले ले, वो चला जाए. तो दिस वी इनिशिएट विद देम मैम, हम बोलते हैं एट द टाइम जब उससे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है कि भैया ये सब आपको देखना होगा. अब एक है कि मैम अब जब हम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करें इनके साथ फॉर अ लीगल फॉर्मेलिटीज, वी शुड आल्सो ऐड एन क्लॉज इनटू दैट कि भाई
So
ये
there
भी
is,
तुमको फॉलो करना.
like I said कि
जी जी
है, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या है उसमें, अगर हम मंथली इनवॉइसिंग के टाइम पे इनसे सर्टिफिकेट्स मंगवा भी लें, एंड दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई थिंक वी नीड टू डू फॉर ऑल आवर वेंडर्स, जहाँ जिससे भी हम मैन पावर ले रहे हैं ऑन अ मंथली बेसिस, हम उनसे एक सर्टिफिकेशन लें विच सेज कि दे हैव कंडक्टेड एन इंटरनल ट्रेनिंग स्पेसिफिकली ऑन दिस सब्जेक्ट. तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में तो है सर, मंथली बेसिस पे हम ये भी इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं, बट लाइक आई सेड कि कई बार, और ये मैंने बहुत जगह देखा है, वो ऑन पेपर कहीं से भी सर्टिफिकेट आपको लेके दे देंगे, बट एक्चुअल में ट्रेनिंग करेंगे नहीं, तो हमारा जो पर्पस है वो रिजॉल्व नहीं होता. तो जैसे अजय सर
जी
आप कह रहे
बिल्कुल.
हैं कि आप पर्टिकुलर डिलीवरी पर्सनल्स को खुद बोलते हैं, इसी मैनर में हमें जितने भी मैन पावर वेंडर्स हैं उनके साथ इसी मैनर में उनको भी, उनके पर्सनल को भी ट्रेनिंग देनी पड़ेगी at the end of the day, because these people, they're representing Holisol, and we're all proud of our organization,
राइट.
and we're all proud of our organization's values. But since they are representing Holisol, we need to ensure that they also represent the values of Holisol. Okay, so
that's the point of course a discussion कि हम लोग कैसे execute करें, and that I think Karishma, it's a good point to have a further discussion on it, you know, with the management also, कि कैसे किया जा सकता है ग्राउंड लेवल पे, क्योंकि कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इतनी हाई होती है ऑपरेशनल लेवल पे, एंड आई कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड कि जब ऑपरेशन स्टार्ट होता है खासकर फेस्टिव सीजन जैसे टाइम पे या पीक सीजन टाइम पे, तो ये चीज को हैंडल करना इज नॉट इजी फॉर देम.
राइट मैम, बिकॉज वॉल्यूम भी ज्यादा है.
हाँ, तो फोकस ये होता है कि जो केपीआईज हैं, डिलीवरेबल्स हैं, वो मीट करें, तो कस्टमर पेनल्टी लगा देगा, देर हो जाएगी तो कंप्लेंट्स आएंगी, यू नो देयर टू मेनी थिंग्स टू हैंडल. तो ये वाली चीज को हम लोग कैसे अच्छे से वेंडर के केस में इंप्लीमेंट करें, I think that we need to figure out more.
Definitely, ma'am, and we need to have a conversation about it, because everyone, I think, must be aware of the Zomato case. If not anything else, everyone must be aware of the Zomato case, जहाँ he said, she said हुआ था, और end में conclusion कुछ और निकला था. So that is why we definitely, this is a good point, and we can all have a conversation on this. Okay, so I'll quickly conclude. If anyone wants to file a complaint or intimate us regarding an incident, or has any query in relation to POS, जैसे आज राजपाल जी ने और अजय सर ने पूछा कि what could be particular incidents of it. So you can write to us at women.helpline@holisollogistics.com. It's completely anonymous. Your name, we would keep that anonymous. We would build that trust and we would keep your confidence. So if you have any queries, would request you to put it on that email ID. Along with, of course, if anyone has any complaints or if anyone wants to know something, we are all available, and especially the IC members are available at this particular time. Okay, so I think we can conclude, ma'am. Again, I would like to say, because some people did not ask queries, if anyone has any queries in relation to this, because see, everyone knows that this is a sensitive subject and sometimes आपको थोड़ा uncomfortable लगेगा to ask a question in a public forum. So if you have any questions, you can connect with Kiran ma'am or me, and we will do our best to answer your queries.
और नहीं भी होगा उस टाइम पे अगर हमारे पास जवाब, तो हम लोग उसकी क्लैरिटी बिल्डअप करके आपके पास डेफिनेटली लेके आ जाएंगे. ठीक है?
Definitely. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope कुछ knowledge यहाँ पे मिली है आपको, and probably जो grey areas हैं वो आपके mind में थोड़े clear out हुए हैं इस session से. So thank you.
Okay guys,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask last time कोई हो query नहीं है, अगर है तो please reach out to Karishma and me. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Karishma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karishma. Thank you, Kiran, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.